Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Please remember to subscribe. Thanks for coming. Hello once again guys. I'm Mosanyaolu. This is the third video in the decimal series. In the first video we talked about adding decimals. In the second, adding and subtracting. In the second video we talked about multiplying decimals. In this video, we are going to be talking about converting decimals to fractions. I have said there is a similarity between decimals, fractions, and percentage. So you can convert a decimal to fraction, you can convert a fraction to decimal, you can convert a decimal to percentage. You can move them in between. In this video, we'll be learning how to convert a decimal to a fraction. Now let's look at the first example. We are given a decimal 0.2, and we are asked to convert it to a fraction. Now what you should do is count how many decimal points you have to move to turn your decimal to a whole number. You know, I've said it before, I don't like decimals. So I will move one decimal back, and that's all. My 0.2 becomes 2 by the time I move one decimal back. And what I do is, when I'm converting a decimal to fraction, I turn my decimal points into 0. Let me not confuse you. The question says we should convert 0.2 to a fraction. I move my decimal point once. How many times have I moved it? Once. This one is going to be a 0. So I'll just draw a line under and have that my 1 0 and 1. It simply means my fraction is 2/10. And as a good student, you don't leave 2/10 as your final answer, because you can still divide through. 2 will go into here once, 2 will go into here 5. Your final answer will be 1/5. Your final answer will be 1/5. The second question says we should convert 0.9 to a fraction. 0.9, we are converting it to a fraction. So what will I do? I will move my decimal point once, and my 0.9 will become 9, a whole number. So I bring 9 here, I draw my line, and I turn my one decimal point movement to a 0 here. I put 1 in front. My answer will be 9/10. 0.9 as a fraction is equal to, as a decimal, is equal to 9/10 as a fraction. The next question says we should convert 0.55 as a fraction. I will move my decimal point how many times to have a whole number? 1, 2. That's when I don't have anything behind again. I moved it how many times? 2. Then I draw my line. My 2 decimal points becomes 2 zeros, and I put 1 in between. So my answer will be 55/100. 55, that's, as a fraction it will be 55/100. But you know that you can still divide through. 5 in 55 is 11. 5 in 100 is 20. Your answer will be 11/20. The next question says we should convert 1.25 as a decimal. We convert it to fraction. Now this 1 before the decimal is a whole number, so that's one whole number. You write it somewhere. So what you are converting now is 0.25. Let me erase this so that we have our 0.25. So we are converting 0.25. So 0.25, I move my decimal point 2 times. I can't move to anywhere again. I draw my line. My 2 decimal points becomes 2 zeros. I have 1 in front, so that's 25 over 100. 25 will go here 1. 25 in 100 is 4. My final answer will be 1 whole number 1 over 4. The final question says we should convert 2.5 as a decimal. We move it to a fraction. So the 2 in front of the decimal is a whole number. So what I'm converting is 0.5. I move my decimal once, nothing to move again. So I have moved 1 decimal point. I draw my line. My 1 decimal point becomes a 0, and I put 1 in front. So I have 5 over 10. But my final answer cannot be 5 over 10 because I can still divide through. 5 will go here 1. 5 in 10 is 2. Then I take this my half and bring it here. My final answer will be 2 whole number 1 over 2. So we are through on the video of converting decimals to fraction. You can get more questions to solve, and if you have issues, you can also send a mail to me. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.